After surviving the battlefields of Europe, some men came back here to isolation, hardship, and hope buried deep in these forgotten mines. We returned the next day, drawn back by the silence and by the stories still buried around these old mine shafts. There's a stillness out here that feels heavy, as if the land itself is waiting to be listened to. Out here, nothing is accidental. Every step, every scar in the earth tells a story, not written down, not recorded, but lived. These mines were first worked in the late 1800s, during a rush that pulled men into some of the harshest country imaginable. They came with little more than tools, hope, and a willingness to endure whatever this land demanded of them. And yet, they came, chasing gold, chasing hope, chasing a future that always seemed just one shovel load away. Then the world changed. 2 world wars came and went. The goldfields emptied. Lives were interrupted, and many never came home. But when the guns finally fell silent in Europe, some of those same men returned here, to the dust, to the heat, and to the isolation. Remote, isolated, determined. This country offers no comfort, no guarantees, only the promise that hard work might still be rewarded. After the battlefields of Europe, this must have felt like heaven. A place where noise was replaced by wind, and survival followed a different set of rules. As I search around the shafts, the caves, and what remains of a small hut, the past begins to surface. I'm just looking through all this rubbish that's scattered here, and I just found this fella, and it turns out to be a tea container. Broken bottles, once filled, now scattered and empty. And these fellas everywhere. Rusted food tins, opened and scraped clean. Each one a reminder that supplies were precious. An old tobacco tin, crushed and forgotten. Wow, I've just come across this old tobacco tin. Small comforts carried into a hard life. He's been sitting out here for a while. Every relic tells of survival, not comfort. I'll just pick him up and I'll have a look at him. Of making do with what was on hand, of enduring. There we go. Westward. By the looks of it, tobacco. Navy cut. WD and H.O. Willis. Trademark, Australia, Sydney. Oh, don't you just love these little things? Just sitting out here in the bush. Yeah, just following this old fence line, and I just come across something quite unique. You know there's gold in the area when you find something like this. Just following this fence line along and come to a creek crossing. A piece of tin in the creek crossing. But if you look below it, you see an old timer's pan sitting there. Hey, that's amazing. I still might be able to use him yet. Well, there's no railway site anywhere near us, but we certainly find a dog spike. Wonder what the story is with this fella. Never know what you find out in the bush. It's a beautiful old tack. May have come from a harness or a boot from the old timers. Just love finding these stuff. Yeah, we've got a remnants of an old mine shaft. Signs of old timers stuff around. And if we look over here, the rubble of an old chimney. So they must have had a hut here at one stage. Now I'm just standing above some old mine shafts, and you can see them just there in the distance. If you come down through here, you'll see a lot of tins left around, and it comes into this little cave. All the stacked rocks. These miners would live in something like this. Go in and have a look. Look at that. Anything for shelter out here. Protection from all the weather. These caves and shelters weren't just places to escape the heat. They were homes, temporarily rough and unforgiving, but shelter nonetheless. Here men rested aching bodies, mended tools, and planned the next day's work under the same rock that now stands silent. Well, sometimes you stumble across something unusual while you're out detecting, and I just love finding these sort of things. Some old draft horse lost its shoe. It can tell a story. Then something smaller, but no less powerful. A sixpence, a florin. Coins once carried in a pocket, handled daily by men who worked these shafts. Used for supplies, for tobacco, perhaps saved with the hope of something better. Coins that have travelled this country long before they found their way back into the light. Each one a quiet connection to a hand that once held it. Water was life out here, scarce and precious. There were no taps, no guarantees. Empty fuel drums were used to catch every single drop. They used anything for buckets. Rainwater carefully saved, guarded and shared. Because out here, nothing could be wasted and nothing was taken for granted. It's certainly got a punch hole up on the top up here for a handle. Something Western Australia. Western Australia. Tin made in Western Australia. Well, there you go. Oh, stonework is amazing. Everything just holding back the dirt. There's even an old drum over here. So someone else was working this later on in the years. Standing here now, it's impossible not to feel it. The hardship, the resilience, the quiet determination of the old-timers who refuse to give up. Men shaped by war, by isolation, and by a land that demands everything in return. Their minds may be silent, the shafts empty, the camps long gone, but their story still echoes through this country. These places deserve to be remembered, not for the gold they produced, but for the lives lived here. This is Free to Roam, exploring the places time forgot and keeping their history alive.